Hi guys, my name is Aurel, and today I'm going to share with you a book that was a game changer for me. The book is called Unscripted by MJ DeMarco. The message in the book is so strong and profound, it will leave you with food for thought, and I hope that it will leave a dent on you just as it did to me. Let's get it started. In the book, DeMarco describes the script, an implied social contract whereas a gilded cage is exchanged for a voluntary indebtedness and lifelong toil. A price sacrificed by an unredeemable 50 years of Monday through Friday, an invincible servitude in which freedom is only promised by the arrival of life's fading twilight. In short, trading 50 years of 9 to 5 work in a job that you don't necessarily love for a few years of freedom in the tail end of your life. I want you to take a moment and think about something. We are taught from very young age that we need to be good at school, get good grades, get into a good school, get into a good college, find a good job, and live our lives. So you learn hard in school, so you get good grades, so you can go to college and pay for it with debt that you need to pay back after you finish studying. You might think, small price for a bright future. Well, sadly it's not the end of it, and I'll come back to it later. But at this point of the book, I was sold. This simple idea changed the way I think about life and getting a degree. We are taught from young age to be good at school, get good grades, go on with the usual life of getting a degree and living the hard work life. But the thing is, I don't think it's about grades or about getting to a good school or college. It's about the hard work. It's about doing the things that we really don't feel like doing, but we know they're good for us. Because nothing that's good in life is easy. And what does come easy is usually not good for us. So for example, eating unhealthy food is easy and fun. Snacking on a vegetable instead of a candy? That's not so fun. And it's also hard. Wasting weekends on the couch watching Netflix? So easy and fun. Spending the weekends to grow yourself and connect with loved ones? That's kinda hard. Or not leaving the house to work out is so easy. But running on the treadmill a few times a week, so when you're old you can play with your kids? That's kinda hard. And that was a complete mindset shift for me. And the rest is even more mind-blowing. So before we dive deeper into the whys and hows, I should first tell you why should you trust MJ DeMarco. After all, he's the one that stresses time and time again how we should never listen to someone who talks the talk but never walk the walk. Gurus and writers of bestsellers about how to improve yourself and how to get rich from investing in the stock market, yet they got their wealth by selling you the books and courses that they make. DeMarco is a self-made entrepreneur who developed and sold limos.com for $20 million. The website was developed in the 90s. DeMarco used to work as a limo driver for a very long time. He also had 2 MBA in business by then. One day, after driving hundreds of miles in the snow and delivering his last customer, the snow turned into a blizzard. He was stuck in the middle of the road. He couldn't get back home. That's when he had his this event, or in short, FTE, an event so traumatic and painful that it makes you understand that you can't continue to live the way you do. He realized at that moment that he doesn't want to continue driving around rich people and drunk bachelors, hoping to be nicely tipped every ride. So, he decided he's going to change his life. And since he knew nothing about limos and had these 2 MBAs, he decided that he's going to do something that's related to business and the limo industry. Long story short, he developed limos.com and sold it to iCars for $20 million. His financial success came from entrepreneurship and not from selling books and courses. Okay, so now that we've established some trust in DeMarco, let's continue where we stopped. So according to DeMarco, there are 2 ways to live the scripted life. The sidewalk, where you hope to find happiness through consumerism and your status. You do that by taking debt and buying the things you most wanted. Be it a house, a car, some kind of gadget, and that's going back to the point where you work to pay your debt. It doesn't end with your college debt. For the sidewalk, it's consumption, and as we know, credit card companies help you, making you want to buy more. How? With more debt, easier payments, more credit cards, and thus they help you increase your debt and forcing you to work more to pay that. So this is the cycle. You go to school, you go to college with debt, you finish college and you start working to pay the debt, you buy more items with debt, for example a mortgage, you work to pay off that debt, then you buy more items and the cycle goes on. You're trapped until you reach retirement age. By then, hopefully, you saved enough money in your pension fund to live off of it happily without any constraints or having to work again. So that was the sidewalk. And now there is the slow lane of the scripted life, where you hope you'll be free and happy later in life after investing in the stock market and living frugally. While the slow lane might actually work, it is leashed by hope. Hope I have a good job. Hope the economy gives me a good job in the next 50 years. Hope the stock market yields 10% every year and does not crash when I want to take out my money. Hope the housing market doesn't implode and erase my equity. Hope I'm alive by retirement. Hope I'm healthy. So many hopes. And if one of the hopes doesn't happen, well, everything you did was useless. But DeMarco argues that it isn't about hard work. That's not the problem. The issue is that the hard work is being channeled in an ineffective and old way. And by following these old ways, you will eventually become an MODEL citizen. M, mediocre. Life has digressed into a regular yet comfortable ordinariness, where thriving is not an objective, but surviving is. O, obedient. Free thinking is dead. You follow the popular opinion and let the newspaper and social media grow your biases. D, dependent. Your debt is owned by an army of corporations, product and service producers, Wall Street, the government, you name it. E, entertained. You're entertained out of your mind with Netflix, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, so many things, so that you no longer know what you truly want. And L, lifeless. Dead at 25 but not buried until 75. Goals, non-existent. Optimism, diminished. Dreams, murdered. That sounds pretty harsh. And to be honest, money might not be the main issue for you. Heck, you might even not care about it at all. Maybe you just want to be a digital nomad and go around the world, see places, and live off of remote freelance jobs for the rest of your life. That's completely fine. Go and do it, chase your dreams. But there is a caveat. Don't depend on those dreams. And I will explain a bit later why. But for those of you who do want to be financially free, first, you need to break some old beliefs. Number one, the I'm not good enough belief. This is a special one where we are grown to believe that there are things that we will never be good at. That's the fixed mindset. Number two, the shortcut belief. An idea that extraordinary results can be achieved through uncovering a secret path or some kind of miracle weapon, helping you avoid the hard work that actually creates that extraordinary result. In other words, getting the results of hard work without going through it. I'm stopping this video to bring you some crazy news. Over 90% of you who are watching this video do not subscribe or press the like button. This is a staggering number which increases with each video. It's time to stop it now and change course. If you have any idea to what would make you, write it down in the comments below and I'll address it as soon as possible. Thank you. Number three, the luck belief. Luck, bad or good, is just a result of us humans taking chances, and some people are better at it than others. Unlike money, luck has no brain. It holds no grudges or prejudices. It only reacts to mathematical probabilities. Number four, the frugality belief. The belief that obsessive expense reduction, penny pinching and other deprivations will someday pay off in the opposite way. Rich life experiences, freedom and abundance. Well, the truth is, if you don't have a sizable income, it doesn't matter how much you save or how cheap you are. As they say, you can't squeeze a dime from a nickel. And number five, the compound interest belief. The belief that the stock market will someday make you, the common man, uncommonly rich. And here's why it won't make you rich. When you count on time to compound your money, that's what you hope for. You hope that you will be alive after X years, your money will be worth something after X decade, the market will yield X% for X decades, there won't be any major crash that will wipe out your money, and there won't be any long-lasting major crashes right before you want to take out your money, that's before your pension, and etc. In another one of my videos, I've explained in depth why it's a bad idea and what should you do instead. Go check it out after this one. Plus, when you invest your money with funds, keep in mind that most of the times, people who run your money don't care about your money. They care to show their results in the end of the year, how good they did. That's called window dressing. They might sell a good stock that underperforms in the short term and buy bad stocks just to show that the returns are good. Okay, so now that we've broken those beliefs, you need to start taking some action. Do things. Solve problems. DeMarco says, when passion doesn't solve people's problem, passion doesn't pay the bills. The saying, do what you love, might just set you up for failure. Think about it and imagine for a moment that your passion is painting. You paint multiple hours a day and enjoy every moment of it. At one point, you decide that you're good enough that you want to make a business of it and live off of what you make, so you can enjoy the rest of your life and get money for it. The problem with it is that it actually kills your passion. You put too much pressure on yourself to make it work so that you can get money out of it, that at a certain point you just try to make people feel good about your paintings and you do not enjoy it anymore. Instead of being fun and relaxing, it's hard and stressing. People go a lifetime without having a passion to do something. Don't kill it for money. It's not worth it. So when you take an action and release something to the world, you get feedback. Whether the feedback is positive or negative, it shapes your passion and beliefs about the world. Think about it for a moment. When someone appreciates what you do and says, hey, I like it, take my money, you will love it too. You will feel good about it. And you will probably love doing it again and again, even though you might have never liked it before. In the rest of the book, over 150 pages, DeMarco goes through his philosophy on how to start a business and how to preserve money. If that's something that might interest you, leave a comment below so I'll know to make a video about it in the future. And one more thing that you need to keep in mind while watching videos like this or reading books like Unscripted, you have a different life. When DeMarco was riding limos around, He had no other obligations. You might have kids by now, or a family you need to take care of, or a partner you want to grow your relationship with, or to hang out with friends. So sitting down and learning to code for hours on end is not realistic for you. Maybe by now you've accumulated some debt, so you need to clear it out before you take any venture. Go on adventures that fit your lifestyle, so that your life is perfect for you. Be your own hero. Be a hero to your partner, to your family, and most importantly, to you. Don't try to write the story of your life with someone else's pen. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you got a lot of value from it, and I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.